All right. Happy my big daddy's birthday. Yes, it's my dad's birthday. So I want to speak on Oprah Winfrey because I meant to make this video when I saw her interview. Let's start by saying a few things. One, when the weight loss drugs first became popular, I went and researched the white paper because, of course, you're always interested in finding out if there's something that can assist you with weight loss if you're trying to lose weight or if you've struggled with losing weight. And also, if you have autoimmune disorder, thyroid issues, things of that nature, you need to know that before you jump into taking something. So I did the research because I was interested. And in doing the research, my history, my family issues meant they were a no-go for me. However, as someone who has successfully lost weight at different times and kept them off, and notice, of course, I pay a lot of attention to myself, what things, what key factors I was doing because I've journaled my entire life now. I know some things that assisted me outside of when I'm actively flaring with the lupus inflammation and things of that nature. And then I, in the process, just so happened to have been in Virginia where there were a lot of people I knew who were on the weight loss medication, who were successful on the weight loss medication. They lost weight. I know a ton of people, similar to any weight loss surgery procedure or any other intervention, any crash diet, anything else. There's something for everyone, something that works for everyone. A lot of the people on the weight loss medication said similar things to me. It turns off the food noise, which is what Oprah said. She doesn't think about food. They don't think about food. But one person in particular, I worked with her 3 days out the week while I was in Virginia. And we got to talking a lot about her experience with the weight loss drugs. And her medical history, she's diabetic, high blood pressure problems, and things of that nature. The first time she was on the weight loss medication, she was on it for 6 months, and then they ran out. And during that 6 month time, she did get her diabetes under control, and she did lower her blood pressure because she did lose weight. She told me she did not exercise. Now, I know another guy at that same facility who lost a ton of weight taking the drugs. I don't know what his habits were, but he lost a ton of weight. So the first thing is, do the drugs help? Yes, they help some people. Not everyone, but they help some people. Some people I know have had reactions to them and couldn't take them. Okay, let's put that aside. Now, speaking to the fact of what Oprah said that was very disturbing for me, there's two things she said. The first thing she said was, you cannot do it, which is a lie. Not everyone needs those medications in order to lose weight. And the other part of that is she said when she stopped taking the medication, she gained the weight back despite all the things that she was doing. And all the things that I've seen her do as far as exercise, I've never seen her lift weights as a means of changing things. Because there's studies out there that show lifting weight does impact the food noise. So that's a whole nother thing. But the second thing she said was the only time she felt comfortable or confident in her body was when she was playing in the movie The Color Purple, because her character was someone who was supposed to be big and powerful, and that weight was big and powerful, which historically, big and powerful was a good thing. It's just now, of course, obesity is out of control and people are dying. That's a different, a lot of different health concerns. But then to say that these are your genetics, which they are not. Sometimes they are. I do not discount the thyroid issues and things of that nature. But sometimes it is poor eating. It's a sedentary lifestyle. is, all those things that lead to it. There's a lot more studies that are linking things like lupus, which I was diagnosed with, to other things, right? So that changes your body composition. Your body, your autoimmune disorders change your body. But we've also eaten food that's packed with hormones, that's packed things that they did not used to do, right? We've also now sit and watch TV. We don't go outside and play. We don't exercise. We're not climbing. We're not pulling on things, which all requires us to use our muscles. So I don't want anyone watching that to think that just because Oprah and many other people are only able to achieve weight loss through the medication, that you are not achieving in another way. I know people who've achieved it because they became bodybuilders. And I know a person personally, like, who was a drug addict and who was a big person. And the transformation in his body, just because of the way he lift weights, it's phenomenal. And he actually said that that is his new addiction. He don't just lift weights. He runs, he does a bunch of things, but he has transformed his body immensely because he transformed his addiction, right? So drug addiction, food addictions have something in common. There's a noise associated with it. There's a noise associated with smoking cigarettes. That's why you have programs now to help you stop, right? That deal with the noise aspect of it. There's a noise associated with food. There's also hormones. There's a lot of pieces, right? So because why is it that a person who takes a drug, the weight loss drug, and can't lose weight? There's something else going on, right? So I don't want people to see that Oprah thing and take it as all or nothing, because she spoke as an authority, seeing as all or nothing, which the reality is that was the case for her. She was not able to be successful until this point. And on her show over the years, because I used to watch her show, she would have people who came on who had lost massive amounts of weight, people who had kept it off for years doing lots of different things. We know people who have gastric bypass and surgeries and different things. Some of them lose weight, some of them do not. Some of them keep the weight off, some of them do not. Some people go on diets, and I know a person I worked with. She lost weight by transforming her eating, and this is probably 2001. We're in 2026. She has kept that weight off for 25 years. And it was through diet, and her exercise was just walking. She didn't lift weights and things of that nature, but that worked for her. You see, different things work, and the key is for you is to find what works for you, not just works for the one person. I'm not out here putting any rhetoric out that any of these drugs are inherently bad for you. That's not my point. That's not my bag. My thing is you have to do the research for yourself, and you have to find out what would be best for you. And I don't want you to think there's all or nothing. I have a degree in nutrition, and there's not all or nothing. Even the eating that I was taught, that should be successful for a lot of people, isn't all or nothing. So, and I learn these things because I always learn things seeking information for myself. And so I want you to be just conscious of that. I do have to say this. I do agree with Oprah in that there is a set point for your body, but I think that set point is based on these habits and things that we have put in place that we did not used to have in place. Like, I was never fat as a kid, right? I never was a big person as a kid. I didn't gain any significant weight until I was pregnant with my son. So versus a person who was always obese as a child, even outside playing and things of that nature, there's differences, right? So there are factors, and I just want those of you out there who can't afford the drugs to not just be like, well, I'm just going to be stuck, or just keep seeking something for you until you find what works for you, right? Like for me, my blood pressure is normal. See, I know I have other autoimmune things, so I have to be conscious of what can I do for my organs, because I kid you not, I would gain 20 pounds in a month. And when that first happened to me, I was a martial artist and I gained 20 pounds, 40 pounds, 60 pounds. And I went to the doctor and they're like, oh, you have these 7 nodules on your thyroid. And, you know, and then I dropped 20 pounds and people are like, what do you do? I said, I didn't do anything. I just woke up smaller. But that was a part of the things that's happening internally. And that was without changing my diet, right? So, and then for me, like stress, if I would be stressed and I wake up 5 to 7 pounds heavier, right? So you have to figure it out for yourself, right? And it could be the drugs or it could not be the drugs, but don't let one person make you feel bad for whatever you think is right for you or for whatever you're trying to do to improve your health. That's my main point. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Y'all have a good day.